Well, like I thought, July is time for, yep, UFO crafts. And would you think if they were human, driving around in these crafts, because I believe that some are made here and there's some that are alien, I do not think the human ones would be flying straight over Aristarchus crater. I think they would be hiding, and this was during the supermoon. Mare fecunditatis, beautiful bridge-like structure or tower-like structure. We're not sure yet if it's standing or lying. I think it is lying. And when you add color to these areas, you can see blue regions in the bottom. Like these are bridges or whatever kind of path or road that is going over top of the blue regions, like you see right here. Little pockets of blue regions, like pools. But of course, depending on the height we are at, um, these pools could be small rivers, lakes, etc. And of course, like we do here, we pave an entire city. They do too, obviously, to be able to get around, seeing that the moon is so moist there. We had the lucky chance of the astronauts giving us that hint and telling us directly. Look at the pipes in the bottom right, going out of view right now. You can see it up and down, towering. There's so much. There's so much to see on the surface. You got to keep rewinding. Look here, bottom right, pipes, symmetrical, very symmetrical, very symmetrical. Left and right, up and down, crossing each other in very symmetrical paths. Yes, you have to pause it, rewind it, look at it again by a magnifying glass, watch the video again. It's lots of proof, guys. And simple little things like this should have been mentioned by, I don't get it, by a lot more people. You know, I used to think that these white domes were actually smoke that were remaining spherical because of the space having no atmosphere. But now, seeing the oxygen blue line around the moon, if it is an oxygen blue line, what do you want it to be? It's oscillating, it's around the moon, it's blue. Here, beautiful structure. This is just in Mare fecunditatis underneath. And here we are. We're seeing it as we're going left here, Mare fecunditatis. Look at the, this is under Mare fecunditatis, sorry. You could see, look here, bottom left. These are not craters. They are massive walls. And why would they be square and diagonal and octagonal? Look, right here, bottom left. It's a simple little proof that you see very clearly that that triangular shaped sort of crater, roof-like, house-like crater, is not something that's natural. Look here. This white right in the center, do you see the two ends? They're actually going from down to up. This is a massive tower standing right in the surface of the moon. Of course, it's so hard for us to see it. We're going into the forest now. I'm almost 99.5% sure that this is greenery, being trees. I've done a lot of tests. I can't post the pictures I tested, so I'm gonna have to try to find other pictures. This is where I'm being stuck. I'm stuck, guys, because I've taken photos of Earth and I've done the same technique that I do with the moon, and it's scary. Why? Because the trees are like this on Earth. This is exactly what trees look like on Earth, gray and darker gray and black patches. The water becomes dark gray and black. So black regions could be shadows. They could also be water on the surface of the moon. You know, it's all these things, these factors that come into consideration. Look here, dead center, a bit higher. Looks like an egg. It's a very big sphere, two lit candles like objects on each side, and there's a cave behind it. I've zoomed up on that before. I'll have to fetch that video and find it for you all. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Always a lot of proof here on the channel of surface structures, like many other channels are doing, and there's just so many channels out there of people doing some great work, and they've also inspired me. See here, pools, pockets, blue regions. It doesn't mean it's water though, but I'm not ruling it out. I'm just throwing it out there. Look at the trails. Looks like watered regions lower, or some kind of a movement, because these objects or regions that are blue are oscillating. Why? Yes, the whole moon has an interference, but the oscillation of those smaller objects differ from the oscillation of the entire whole picture that we're looking at right now. And we can see that by observing that very closely in many frames. And in many videos, I've noticed this. It's all things that we have to notice. There's so much going on the surface of the moon. But of course, we're halted believing that the moon is devastated, guys, because we can't see color very well in space. Actually, not at all. You know, the stars, the astrophotography that I'm posting, isn't it beautiful? It's it's not fake. It's real snapshots of the constellation. So you got to give credit where credit is due to the scientists and the ones that have been posting it since I was young. Uh, it's basically like the photos I've seen online of deep space. It's basically what I'm able to get with my camera now and my technique. It's basically the same. So they were pretty honest on that part. Clavius crater, hey guys, 3,000 stars. It's not hard to blotch out one star, trust me. But in general, everything seems to be normal in what I saw in photos online in deep space that are online for everyone to see. They seem very legit. And I'd have to examine every one of them, of course, but no, deep space is very beautiful, but we can't see color in deep space, and that's too bad. Imagine being able to go outside, look up in the sky, and just see the constellation of Orion and the great nebula of Orion there. We'd be able to watch stars giving birth inside of the nebulae. It's absolutely exquisite. I have videos of the constellations too, guys. It fascinates me so much that a star gets so dense and heavy and falls out of the nebulae, blasting plasma out into space and, becoming a star and going around the sun. It's amazing. Proclus crater on the right here, we just passed Crisium. Mare Crisium, where you see those two dots in it, pipes left and right all over the place. Road-like objects on the surface. Mons Argaeus, top left just came into view. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like a bridge of spherical objects or something that is going over it and a hole underneath Mons Argaeus. Color here in the bottom. As we go down to the bottom, looks like watered regions again, or dark regions. Could be greenery too. Very dark here, hard to see. Full moon, also very hard to get the surface. The bottom of Mare Serenitatis, this line that we just saw in the crater at the bottom goes up to Bessel crater in the center. Look here, top left. See it? Going up the center now. That's a pipe. Not far from Copernicus crater. Two pipes, and a third one transversal crossing here. In the bottom, also anomalies that we can see. It's repetitive. And when you look at them, you say, yeah, okay, big deal, just that. Yeah, big deal, just that. Well, there are many big deal, just that's little things that people find on the moon. Well, I'm not used to not having 7,000 views a day, but you know what? I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming back, and I'm seeing some new faces, so I really appreciate it. Guys, this is the community's force. The ones who are helping me have helped me generously towards the telescope fund for the bigger telescope. And Regis Vaishwe following me like a hawk. Bro, I love you, man. $206 donation, standing at 11 donations and a total of $905 towards the telescope fund. Bro, I can't thank you enough. Bruce Swartz 75, acommercial@gmail.com. Regis, drop me a buzz.